Okay,
I sponsor the class.
Avraham Marani is sponsoring the class in honor of good things.
Amen.
Okay, we're going to finish the Maamar to Mr. today. Tetzaveh, Yud Aleph, second paragraph. Okay, so the last thing the Rebbe is explaining, that through Moshe Rabbeinu connecting the Eden to Hashem by revealing the essence of the neshama, that's the way Moshe Rabbeinu himself becomes greater. Because Moshe Rabbeinu, as the Rebbe explains in this last paragraph that we learned, that not only does Moshe Rabbeinu connect the Eden with Hashem, but Moshe Rabbeinu actually connects the Eden to each other. Why? Because when you reveal the essence of the neshama, the way it is, his essence, then everybody is really the same thing. And to mention days and Itais and Gamba'achdus di Yisrael. This adds also, by Moshe Rabbeinu revealing the essence of the neshama within every single Jew, this adds even into Moshe Rabbeinu. I mean, in the unity of the Jews. Sh'achdos di Yisrael. Ayidei etzam and neshama shemiz galas bahem. Because the lower level of essence that the Rebbe explained, that the neshama's essence through Mesiras Nefesh is revealed into the Koyches HaGeluyim, into the revealed powers, but nevertheless it's still two things: essence, which is limited in being essence, and then the revealed powers. So yes, the essence dictates the revealed powers, but it's still two separate things.
Can you elaborate on that? What does that mean, that essence reveals the...
1 second. Okay, we'll get there soon. Like something added. This unity, he says, by making, the Alter Rebbe explains in Tanya, as the famous Paraklamid Beis, the Alter Rebbe explains that how do you come to Avos Yisrael? By a Jew realizing that the neshama is more important than the body, and therefore what separates me from another Jew is the body. The neshama is the same neshama. So then you come to the level of realization that me and you are the same thing. But he says that's not the deep level of Avos Yisrael, because there's still a neshama and a guf. And as far as the guf is concerned, we are different. It's just that the neshama is more important, so you put the neshama over the body, so then you come to... But in the pearl, there's still a difference between one Jew and the next mitzvah, the body. Here the Rebbe is explaining, there's a level of Moshe Rabbeinu revealing the neshama, not that the neshama influences the body, not that it influences the revealed powers of the person, the seichel and midas and machshava, dibur and ma'is of the person, but it actually is a level that it shows that the neshama and the thought, speech, and action and the body is all the same thing. In this level of achdus, there's no difference between the body of one Jew and the body of another Jew, because when you reveal the essence of Hashem as the essence of the neshama, then only thing that exists in the world, Einay Milvadei, is only Elokus. So even the bodies were not different. In other words, there's another level that other places of Siddur explain, that which is even more than what the Alter Rebbe explains in Tanya. And Moshe Tzemach Tzedek explains that the level of Avos Yisrael is that all Jews are different components of the same body. Like right hand versus left hand. So you're the right hand, I'm the left hand. This one's the stomach, this one's the foot. But it's all the same body. That's also more than what Alter Rebbe explains in Tanya. The Alter Rebbe explains in Tanya that the neshama is more important than the body. Here, even mitzvah, the body is just different parts of the body. So the right hand will never get angry at the foot or hate the foot, and the right hand and the left hand is not going to hate the right hand, whatever it is. They're not going to, because it's the same body. Here, there's even a greater level. This level of neshama that is revealed is a level of the essence of the neshama, the way it is, even above the category of essence. Because, like we learned the other day, essence is also limited, that it's essence and not revealed. There's a level of essence which is above that also. Okay, after Zui, Shaydei Nafshemi could go from Tfela. So by day Gilui Etzem and Neshama, but by revealing the essence of the Neshama, that the way it's mushreshes ba'atzmas, the way it's rooted in the essence, Shaydei Zeh Gamatzir the Keich Sagaluyim Echadim Etzem. Then the revealed powers, it's not that it's bottled to the Neshama. It is one thing with the essence. Everything is essence. In other words, Eined Mulvade. Outs is a lukus and a lukus is out. Everything's God and God is everything. Then the unity of Jews is in all aspects of the Jews. In that aspect of Avos Yisrael, the bodies are not different. In Tanya, the Rebbe says the neshama is the same, the body is secondary. And therefore the body is what separates Jews. So therefore the only way you can come to Avos Yisrael is by realizing the neshama is more important than the body. This level of achdus is even in the bodies we're all the same. Because essence is revealed, that's higher than neshama, higher than guf, higher than whatever, it's God himself. And as far as God himself is concerned, everything is equal. Eined Mulvade. Now we can understand what it says in the Maamar. The idea says she Yisrael may see from idea avidasim. B'madregas Moshe, it says through v'yikcho elecha Shem ezayich kosas lamord. Then the pasuk says lahalis ner tamid. So at the beginning of the Maamar, the Alter Rebbe asked, but then it says me'erev ad baiker, from evening to morning, and the minute only lit at night, except ner maravi. But the problem, so how can you call it ner tamid? And also, it seems in the pasuk that through v'yikchu elecha kasis lamard, then the pasuk says la'alis ner tamid. What's the connection between the continuous ner and v'yikchu elecha that Moshe Rabbeinu reveals the ma'or? He says l'chayre zeh shan neshama ner Hashem nishmas adam. Tavid b'shava b'lishinuyov. This that the ner, the neshama, right? Ner Hashem nishmas adam. Ner refers to the neshama. This that the neshama is constant. Why they gilui etzem and neshama shenimshach ha'idei Moshe de'ata Tetzaveh. Why? The be'etzem haneshama, the be'etzem neshama in shaykh shinu. You know, you have like this. Sometimes the person's in the mood. Sometimes they're not in the mood. Sometimes the seichel works, you know, sometimes you have a functioning day, you have a bad hair day or a bad brain day or something that doesn't work. And then sometimes it works better, sometimes it doesn't work. You're tired, it doesn't work. You're not tired, it still doesn't work. Whatever, people, there are different changes in the person. In fact, in this interest, in Torah, there is an Aveda of Erev and there's an Aveda of Baiker. It's two different Avedas. Just like we know, so this explains, there's a winter Aveda, summer Aveda, spring and fall. There's 4 different Avedas. The miracle of Purim was that the whole year they stood in Snowfish, as the Chassidus explains, through every level of the 4 Avedas. Meaning, they're in Russia, in America, whatever the change of the climate is, so to speak, it's still Snowfish. So the Rebbe is explaining that through by revealing this level to Moshe Rabbeinu, and Moshe Rabbeinu reveals the causes of the Ma'or within every single Jew, now you can understand how it's possible to be ner tamid. Because in essence, there's no change. A person is not more Jew at night than he is in the morning. He's not more Jew when he's in the mood or not in the mood. In essence is essence. There's no change. Like the expression of Sadigon, etzem built in Ishtana. Essence doesn't change. It's the same. But Maamar, but L'cheira, the question is, the Rebbe is asking a question now. In the Maamar, it comes out that how is it ner tamid only by v'yikchu elecha, by adding to Moshe Rabbeinu. L'cheira, simply based on what we learned before, Moshe Rabbeinu reveals the essence, so Moshe Rabbeinu reveals the essence, so therefore it's ner tamid. But the Rebbe is asking L'cheira, that's not what the pasuk seems to imply. The pasuk seems to imply that through v'yikchu elecha, by making Moshe Rabbeinu greater, that's how Moshe Rabbeinu reveals the Ma'or. You have Maamarim Mashinyin there Tamid Ayid Yisrael Meisiv Madregas Meishavi Yichoy Lecho. Lochera, what does that have to do with adding to Moshe Rabbeinu? Yishleimah Shebagili De'etzem Neshama B'derech Mumayla Lamata is through Vata Tetzaveh, through the level of Moshe Rabbeinu Mumayla Lamata. That's the difference between Erev and Boker. Okay? Because Erev means they're concealments, dark, challenges. Boker means there's no problems, it's revealed, odd. She'ika Gili Shalah, that at that level, the first level of Mesiras Nefesh revealing Ma'od, over there's a difference. Momayla, whether it's Sheyashim Alamas as state of Erev, Shaidei Zeh, Mis'eru, Misgalo Kecha Mesiras Nefesh. Like the first Gili Etzem. The first Gili Etzem I put him was Martha revealing the Ma'od, Kimu v'Kibla Yehudim, revealing the Ma'od through the level of Mesiras Nefesh. That Mesiras Nefesh is the Avodah of Erev. Darkness, your challenges. That even those people that stood at the time of the Gzeira, Erev, they had Mesiras Nefesh, yet Shabol Amakum Shev Shalas B'Torah Mitzvahs Mitei Charchava Boiker Einikeh Bahem HaMesiras Nefesh Shahayilam Mikaidam. They didn't have the same level of Mesiras Nefesh, meaning there's a level of essence which is revealed through Mordechai HaTzadik, through Mesiras Nefesh, okay, that reveals that even in Erev they have Mesiras Nefesh, but not necessarily in Boker. Like we find, the people that have Mesiras Nefesh during the difficult times didn't have the same level of Mesiras Nefesh in the good times. But the real level of Ner Tamid, Shein Shaya Beishina, that there's taka no change, is Ayidei Avidosim Shal Yisrael, through the Aveda, not Milmaila from Moshe Rabbeinu, but through the Aveda of Yidden. Shegam HaKerches Geluyim Yichad Im Etzem and Neshama V'Yikhui Lecha. In other words, when there's something Milmaila, Lamata, then there's a difference between Erev and Boker. Meaning, when Moshe Rabbeinu reveals Mesiras Nefesh into the Jews, the Kerech Mesiras Nefesh in the Jews, then there's a difference. When Aveda comes from the Yidden, meaning, they're not tortured. There's no curses from above. There's curses from within. In other words, in the days of Mordechai, Haman made the curses. Stalin made the curses. Hitler made the curses. The Inquisition made the curses. Yeah? Now, let's be practical, in our generation, who's making the curses? There's no Mesiras Nefesh now, because you're allowed to do everything. What's creating the curses? The internal curses. We're making the curses. And by us making the curses that reveals more, that's even a much greater level than the gift that comes from above. Because when it comes from above, it's dependent on how much gilui there is. You have more gilui from above, you have more. You have less, you have less. When it comes from within, it's a whole different story. In other words, the Rebbe is explaining, interestingly, that the curses of our generation is not coming from anybody else but ourselves. It's not gilui of kafalem harki giyis, gilui momaila that causes them to do nasiv and ishma. It's not a curses that comes from above that the, because it's very interesting. Goyim don't have bechira. Now I'm not hacking at China, but Goyim don't have bechira, right? So when a guy like Stalin tortures Jews, Hitler, the Khomeinis, whoever it is, tortures Jews, they have no bechira. They have no bechira in that. I mean, that's come momaila. That's a gilui momaila. To reveal, why does Hashem make that curses? To reveal more. For the Jew to have Mesiras Nefesh, reveal more. Where's this, today's curses coming from where? It's not coming momaila. Nobody outside of us is doing it. We're doing it within ourselves. That causes that comes from us, adds to make Moshe Rabbeinu much greater. Because it's coming from us. It's our Aveda. Because it's more is said in the connection keep a causes lamord in this level of causes. That means they're oppressed from the Golus. The Indians that why they Avedosim Shal Yisrael. What is this caused by? The Aved of the Yidden. That their revealed powers should be Masimim Le'etzim and Neshama, be corresponding with the essence of the Neshama. And this causes, this Ma'or that's revealed through causes of complacency and Golus that's coming from our Aveda is Etzim and Neshama. Not the essence of the Neshama that influences the Keiches HaGeluyim of Mesiras Nefesh. It's coming from the essence of Hashem, which is higher than essence. So bottom line is, the Rebbe explains that the ultimate level of Kosis is when it comes from ourselves. In other words, the only one that could stop a Jew from doing their mitzvahs is the Jew himself. Nobody else can stop us. Because having a neshama. The only one that allows the Jew to stop himself is the Jew himself. Like the Rebbe explains, the only one that can make a decision about the punishment of a Jew, mimach comes from you, din of a cheshbon, is only the Jew himself.
Rabbi, is there two approaches you're saying, like Russia with Mesiras Nefesh revealing Etzim and Neshama, whereas here it's Etzim and Neshama revealing Mesiras Nefesh? Is that the way it's going?
No. Our avoid of Kosis in the time of Golus creates the more of the Neshama, which is higher than the level of essence, which is limited in being essence rather than revealed. In other words, the lower level of essence, which is probably pretty good, by the way, it's pretty high level, Mesiras Nefesh, but that means the essence influences the revealed powers. That Mesiras Nefesh. Here, it's not the essence influencing the revealed powers. The essence is the revealed powers. So it's not influencing it. It is it.
All right.
But
and it used to be Kosis and Simcha all at the same time.
yeah, what's the problem?
In your heart, you have that.
If you say Hashem b'simcha under every situation,
Even though you're Kosis.
without chassidus, ask somebody, is tshuva David of, ask a non-chassid, tshuva is simcha or depression? What are they going to tell you? Depression. But that's, I'm not blaming anybody, they don't know chassidus dabach. They're going to tell you it's depression, yeah? Ayat says, if there's Hashem b'simcha, they'll tell you it doesn't mean by this mitzvah. Right? But Chassidus says, if there's Hashem b'simcha, is if there's Hashem b'simcha. And if tshuva is a fundamental aveda of Torah mitzvahs, tshuva is the fundamental aspect, even tzaddikim are going to have to do tshuva, so for sure it has to be b'simcha. So Kosis has to be b'simcha.
You have to be happy that you're Kosis.
Yeah. If I know what Kosis accomplishes.
Complete.
Okay, take it over. We have the same time that we almost over that much. Let me ask you a question. A person who's going into surgery, God forbid. Well, not God forbid. A person needs surgery. Yes, and through that they'll be healed. Should they be depressed going into surgery, or should they be happy during surgery? By the way, in the healing process, every doctor will tell you, your attitude, your morale is very important in the healing process, yeah? Now, if a person knows, God forbid, let's say they're going bypass. You have heart bypass surgery. And they know, but it's a common procedure today. It's going to work. They're going to feel better. Are they happy they're having the surgery?
Scared.
Or are they depressed? Scared doesn't mean depressed.
You can't be happy and scared at the same time.
Why? Scared is not the opposite of happy. Why is scared opposite of happy?
It's not, but they preclude each other. They prevent.
They don't prevent. That's what Torah says. Gilu birada. They'll rejoice trembling. It's a pasuk at the beginning of Tillim.
At the time of surgery, like 5 minutes before the surgery,
A person should not be depressed. It's a very bad attitude to go into surgery with.
no, it's not depressed. God forbid depressed. It's not.
That's what I'm saying. But a person without chassidus will tell you tshuva means depression. Okay, let's go. V'nei apir divat tetzaveh b'nei Yisrael v'yichoi lecha. Yishamei sheyitzaveh b'nei Yisrael sheyichoi lecha. The Moshe Rabbeinu should command the Jews to v'yichoi lecha, meaning mizem uv'gam b'pnimis unyonim, and that's therefore understood in a deeper level. Zeh Shemei shemitzaveh mekashes b'nei Yisrael. This the Moshe Rabbeinu binds and connects the Yidden. And then the Rebbe says like this: who gives the koyach of v'yichoi lecha? V'yichoi lecha, the Rebbe explains, adds into the greatness of Moshe, right? That he creates in their tummy. But who makes the v'yichoi lecha happen? Ba'atu Tetzaveh b'nei Yisrael. Moshe Rabbeinu gives the Yidden the koyach to do v'yichoi lecha to make Moshe Rabbeinu greater. In other words, who gives the ability to the foot to take the head where it needs to go? The head, the nerve center. Because the brain has to tell the foot to go. So yeah, the foot does it. Without the head, there's no foot going anywhere. The Rebbe shavidos legalis samuna. What is his havayda? What is the havayda of the Rebbe? The eider legalis samuna. Shebachol echem yisol shemitzad etzem and neshama is be'efen. And listen to this. This is, if you want to talk about a will, that the Rebbe is giving a will before he passes away. What the Rebbe is saying is, what's the aved of the tzaddik? To awaken the Yidden. Listen to this. Shekol echem yisol mitzad etzem neshama be'efen is in a way she'achekach yavdu avidosim b'koyach atzmam, that we can do it ourselves. In other words, the Rebbe is already telling us that even though physically I'm not going to be here, but I'm giving you the koyach now, that now you could do it yourself. You don't need me physically. Of course we need me. Physically, I'm saying. Even for the revealed powers, it's also ner tamid. To the ultimate geula, shows yagili alukos gamitzaramata. Not only, in other words, like the Rebbe Rashab said, v'rod kol basar yachtov, basar as basar is going to see alukos. Flesh as flesh, meat as meat is going to see alukos. V'yazavos hashem v'adlokas haner v'yikrei lecha nelalis ner tamid gam b'gashmis. Then it will also be physically b'bias Mashiach b'beis hamikdash shlishi. Begola mitzvah shleimah de Mashiach tzikeinu b'kari mamash.